Dear students, today we are going to start a new lesson, lesson number 4, hydrogen. So in this session, we are going to discuss about basic informations regarding the element hydrogen, isotopes of hydrogen, ortho and para-hydrogen. As we know, the simplest atom in the modern periodic table is hydrogen. So out of 118 elements, the simplest one is hydrogen, which has atomic number 1. Since atomic number is 1 means we know number of proton as well as number of electron 1. And the hydrogen is the only element without neutron. So number of neutrons 0. When we consider the electron present in the hydrogen atom, now which is very closer to the nucleus, you may observe the picture. The electron which is present in the first cell, as we know, a first cell is closer to the nucleus. The proton is having a greater force of attraction towards the electron. So attraction between the proton and the electron is high, so that the electron cannot be easily removed. So we need more amount of energy to remove the electron. So this is like helium. In helium also we have 2 electrons in the first cell. First cell is closer to the nucleus. Like the electrons closer to the nucleus in helium atom, here in hydrogen also electron is closer to the nucleus. Next, hydrogen is an important element which is present in most of the compounds which we use in our day-to-day life. For example, water, carbohydrate, proteins and so on. Next, reactivity of a hydrogen. Hydrogen is highly reactive in nature. Atomic number of hydrogen is 1. The electron is present in 1s orbital. So electronic configuration of hydrogen is 1s1. What is the tendency of an element except noble gas? It needs the electronic configuration of its nearest noble gas. Then only it will be stable. So except noble gas, remaining elements in the modern periodic table are highly unstable. To attain the stability, they are involving in the chemical reactions to reach the electronic configuration of its nearest noble gases. So the concept is applied for hydrogen also. The nearest noble gas for the hydrogen is helium. Hydrogen has atomic number 1, helium has atomic number 2. So hydrogen has to achieve the electronic configuration of helium 1s2. Thereby, hydrogen involves in a chemical reaction. It forms different types of compounds. So due to the chemical reactions of hydrogen, it achieves the electronic configuration of helium 1s2. It becomes stable. Then what is the existence of hydrogen? As we know, single hydrogen cannot exist because which is highly unstable. It has only 1 electron in the shell. So unstable. So hydrogen always exists in the form of a molecule, right? In the form of H2 molecule. So 2 hydrogen atoms are mutually sharing the electrons to make a covalent bond. So they are always existing as a homonuclear diatomic molecule H2. Then what about the abundance? Abundance means how much percentage of hydrogen is present in the earth crust. The abundance of hydrogen is very low, and we know the composition of atmospheric air. More percentage will be for nitrogen, then oxygen and carbon dioxide and so on. So percentage of hydrogen in the Earth's atmosphere is very small. Next, what should be the position for hydrogen in the periodic table? When we analyze the modern periodic table, hydrogen is placed in group number 1. Is it the correct method? Should we place a hydrogen in the group number 1? So we have to answer the question, why we have to place hydrogen in group number 1 of modern periodic table. Consider the electronic configuration of hydrogen 1s1 and the outermost electronic configuration of group 1 elements, that means alkali metals. So group 1 elements are lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. We consider the outermost configuration, how much electrons present in the outermost cell. So for each element, outermost cell will change. For lithium, second cell, sodium third cell, like that outermost cell changes. That means principal quantum number n changes for each element in a group. So when we consider the outermost electronic configuration of each element in group number 1, that means alkali metals, lithium has outermost configuration 2s1, sodium 3s1, potassium 4s1, rubidium 5s1, cesium 6s1, francium 7s1. So outermost cell has one electron. So one electron is present in the s orbital of outermost cell. So generally we represent valence cell configuration of alkali metal as ns1. Now compare the electronic configuration of hydrogen with general valence cell electronic configuration of alkali metal. So both are similar, 1s1 as well as ns1. So principal quantum number 1 means outermost configuration for all these elements: hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. For all these, outermost configuration similar. So electronic configuration is similar means properties will also be similar. So properties of hydrogen will be similar with the properties of alkali metals. So now we have an idea. So due to similar electronic configuration as well as property, hydrogen can be placed in group number 1. We need some evidences for that. Now observe the evidences for placing hydrogen in group number 1. When we consider alkali metals, for example sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, they are highly electropositive in nature, as we discussed in last class. They have less ionization energy. They have the tendency of losing the electron to become a cation. So they are having the tendency to form an ionic bond. So they are having the tendency to form a cation by losing the electron. Now observe the hydrogen. Like alkali metals, hydrogen also has a tendency of losing the electron to become H plus cation. So when sodium loses, it becomes sodium cation Na plus. Potassium loses an electron, it becomes K plus. Cesium loses an electron, it becomes cesium cation, cesium plus. In the same way, hydrogen loses an electron, it becomes H plus cation. We call this as a proton. H plus means simply which is called as proton because it does not contain any electron. The simplest atom is a hydrogen. If it loses the electron, it has only one particle within the atom which is proton. So H plus is called proton. This is the first evidence. Like alkali metal, hydrogen also loses an electron. It forms covalent cation or unipositive cation. Next evidence, consider the metal sodium. The sodium combines with different elements. When sodium combines with the halogen, X is a general symbol of halogen. What are the halogens available? Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. For all these 4 elements, the general symbol is X. X represents halogen. When sodium combines with the halogen, it forms a sodium halide, NaX. When sodium combines with the oxygen, it forms 2 types of product, sodium oxide and sodium peroxide. When sodium combines with the sulfur, it forms sodium sulfide. So these are all the substances formed by sodium when it combines with other elements. We observe the reactions of hydrogen with the same type of element. When hydrogen combines with the halogen, it forms hydrogen halide. When it combines with the oxygen, it forms hydrogen oxide, that means water, as well as hydrogen peroxide. When it combines with the sulfur, it forms hydrogen sulfide. So the properties are similar for hydrogen as well as alkali metal sodium. So sodium forms halides, oxides, peroxides, sulfides. Same type of compounds are formed by hydrogen when it combines with halogens, oxygen and sulfur. So this is the second evidence that hydrogen can be placed in group number 1 in periodic table. Third evidence, all the alkali metals are reducing agents. This will be discussed in first lesson later. If an element undergoes oxidation, that means if an element loses an electron to become a cation, the process is called oxidation. It acts as a reducing agent. That means it will induce reduction in another substance. So all the alkali metals, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, they are electropositive nature. They lost the electron to become a cation. So they are undergoing oxidation process. It means they are reducing agents. So hydrogen is also reducing agent. It forms H plus cation. So these are all the evidences that hydrogen can be placed in group number 1 because electronic configuration and the properties are similar for hydrogen as well as alkali metals. Now, not only the property of hydrogen is similar with alkali metal, the property of hydrogen is similar with halogens also. Now we have a confusion, right? Hydrogen is having the similar property of halogen also. Consider ionization energy. Ionization energy of halogens are very high. In the same way, hydrogen also has higher ionization energy, right? We take alkali metals. Alkali metals are in the extreme left side of modern periodic table. They are group number 1 elements. Alkali metals are in the extreme left side. Generally, ionization energy increases from left to right. So ionization energy will be very low for alkali metals. So they are ranging from 377 to 520 kilojoule per mole. Ionization energy of alkali metal ranges from 377 to 520 kilojoule per mole. If hydrogen is placed in group number 1, it should have the lower value. But what about hydrogen? Hydrogen has more ionization energy like a halogen. It has 1314 kilojoule per mole. I have already told the reason. What is it? Electron is present in the first cell, which is closer to the nucleus. Proton present in the nucleus is having a more attraction towards the electron. So electron cannot be easily removed. We need more energy. So ionization energy of hydrogen is too much, like halogens. Next, consider halogens: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. What about the tendency of halogen? Halogens will have the tendency to achieve its nearest noble gas by gaining electron. When we consider halogen, they are 17th group element. When it gains an electron, it becomes like noble gases. So they have the tendency of accepting or gaining the electron. Consider one halogen, chlorine. Chlorine has 17 electron, atomic number 17. When it gains one electron, it becomes like an argon with atomic number 18. So chlorine will have the tendency of accepting an electron to become the electronic configuration of its nearest noble gas, argon. So chlorine gains an electron, it forms chloride ion. The same type of reaction is possible for hydrogen also. Hydrogen has similar properties with the halogen. So this is an evidence. Hydrogen also, accepting an electron, it forms a hydride ion. Because when it accepts an electron, its electronic configuration will become what? 1s2. By gaining electron, hydrogen will achieve the electronic configuration 1s2. This is nothing but the electronic configuration of helium. So hydrogen will be stabilized by gaining electron to achieve the electronic configuration of its nearest noble gas, helium. Now observe the reactions with the energies. Consider the halogen bromine. Bromine accepts an electron, it forms bromide ion. Delta H, which means enthalpy change. That means heat changes during the reaction. Either heat can be liberated or heat can be absorbed by the reaction. So when delta H value is a negative, then it is liberation of energy. The process is called the exothermic process, right? So delta H value for the formation of bromide ion is minus 55 kilocalorie per mole. It represents when bromine accepts an electron to form a bromide ion, it liberates 55 kilocalorie per mole. But consider hydrogen. Hydrogen can also accept an electron to form hydride ion, H minus. The energy changes plus 36, which represents this is endothermic process. It absorbs energy. We have to give more amount of energy, right? Placing one more electron in the hydrogen is not an easy process. We have to give energy to place one electron in hydrogen. So when hydrogen accepts an electron, it gains 36 kilocalorie per mole energy. So this is endothermic process. So this information gives an idea. Even though hydrogen is behaving like halogens, electron accepting tendency of a hydrogen is very less. Halogens are having high tendency of accepting the electron, where electron affinity value is more. As we know, electron affinity increases from left to right, electronegativity increases from left to right. So halogens will have high electron accepting tendency, high electron affinity value, but comparing to halogens, properties may be similar, but electron accepting tendency, that means electron affinity value of hydrogen is too small. So now we have to fix the position of hydrogen. Hydrogen is having the properties like both alkali metal as well as halogens. In which group will you place a hydrogen? Will you place a hydrogen in group 1 or group 17? Even though it has the properties similar with alkali metals and halogens, which will be the correct position of hydrogen in the periodic table? For that, we may observe the recently published modern periodic table by UPAC. So in the recently published modern periodic table by UPAC, hydrogen is placed in group number 1. For that, we have to know what is the reason. The reason is, when we analyze most of the compounds, hydrogen will not exist as hydride, will not exist as H minus, it will exist as H plus. Oxidation state is not -1 for hydrogen, oxidation state is +1. So like alkali metal, in most of the compounds, hydrogen loses electron, it exists as H plus ion with oxidation state +1. So hydrogen can be placed in group number 1. So this is the correct method according to UPAC. So with this, we have completed the position of hydrogen in the modern periodic table. Next, we move into isotopes of hydrogen. As we know the definition of isotopes, atoms of same element with the same atomic number but different mass number is called isotopes. We consider the hydrogen. Take these three: protium, deuterium, tritium. All these are atoms of same element hydrogen. We may observe the symbol H. So all these are the atoms of same element. What about atomic number for these three? Atomic number 1. Mass number changes. Mass number 1 for protium, mass number 2 for deuterium, mass number 3 for tritium, which represents what? Number of proton, number of electrons same for all the 3 atoms, but number of neutrons different. Protium has no neutrons, deuterium has 1 neutron, tritium has 2 neutrons. So due to the change in the number of neutron, mass number changes, as we studied in 9th standard. So protium, deuterium, tritium, these are all atoms of same element hydrogen with the same atomic number 1 but different mass number 1, 2, 3 respectively. So these are the isotopes of hydrogen. The name of the isotopes: protium or ordinary hydrogen, deuterium or heavy hydrogen, tritium or radioactive hydrogen. The symbols are H, D as well as T. Next, what is the abundance of these isotopes? When we analyze abundance of hydrogen, out of 100%, ordinary hydrogen has more abundance. 99.985% ordinary hydrogen is present. And this ordinary hydrogen, protium, has no neutron. So this is the only atom without neutron. Next, what is the abundance of deuterium? This is called heavy hydrogen. Its abundance out of 100%, 0.015%. So these are all one more questions. Next, what is the abundance of radioactive hydrogen, tritium? Out of 100%, the abundance is, consider 10 power 18 ordinary hydrogen atoms. Out of that, only 1 tritium will be there. So when you take 10 power 18 times 1 and 18 0. You just add it. Imagine the number. So out of 10 power 18 ordinary hydrogen atoms, only one tritium will be there. So very low abundance for tritium. So due to the presence of these three isotopes, hydrogen, the element hydrogen will exist in different forms. So as we know, single hydrogen is unstable. Always a hydrogen exists as a diatomic molecule. So two ordinary hydrogen atoms can combine. It exists as H2 molecule. Two deuterium atoms combines together by a covalent bond. It exists as D2 molecule. Two tritium atoms will combine together. It forms T2 so molecule, or one hydrogen, one deuterium can combine and exist as HD. One hydrogen, ordinary hydrogen, and one radioactive hydrogen can exist as HT, and one heavy hydrogen and a radioactive hydrogen can join together to exist as DT. So single hydrogen cannot exist. Next one, a public 5 more question. Explain ortho and para hydrogen. We know that nucleus present in the atom will have a spinning action. So always nucleus will spin within the atom, right? Consider the earth. Earth is spinning in its own axis as well as it is spinning in the path. So in the same way, the nucleus present within the atom will spin in its own axis. Consider hydrogen molecule. Two hydrogen atoms are combining together to form a molecule. When two hydrogen atoms combine, the nucleus of both the atoms can spin in one direction. So here, both the nucleus are spinning in clockwise direction, right? So spinning of both the nucleus of hydrogen atoms and hydrogen molecule is in same direction, clockwise direction. So this hydrogen is called orthohydrogen. Consider one more possibility. Two hydrogen atoms are joining together. The nucleus of two hydrogen atoms are spinning in opposite direction. So they are spinning in opposite direction. One is spinning in clockwise, another one is spinning in anti-clockwise direction. So this is called parahydrogen. So hydrogen molecule is of two types, orthohydrogen as well as parahydrogen, based on the spinning of nucleus of both the hydrogen atoms, right? Now what about the abundance? At room temperature, orthohydrogen present as a 75% and parahydrogen 25%. Comparing parahydrogen, orthohydrogen is more stable. This is one more question. And equilibrium can exist between these two. Between ortho form as well as para form, equilibrium can be exist. Interconversion is possible. Ortho form can be converted into para form can be converted into ortho form. But the interconversion process is a slow process. Okay, how to convert one form of hydrogen molecule into another form of hydrogen molecule? Orthohydrogen can be converted into parahydrogen by reducing the temperature. When you reduce the temperature, ortho will be converted into parahydrogen. But to convert parahydrogen into orthohydrogen molecule, we may adopt different methods. Either you may use a catalyst, platinum or iron, or you may pass electric current. Third method, we may heat parahydrogen at above 800 degrees Celsius to convert it into orthohydrogen, or else we may mix some paramagnetic molecules like oxygen, nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, nascent hydrogen or atomic hydrogen. By doing these methods, parahydrogen can be converted into orthohydrogen. Then what about the properties of these two molecules? Ortho and parahydrogen will have same chemical property but a very few difference in physical property. For example, melting point and boiling point can be discussed. Orthohydrogen has melting point 13.95 Kelvin, but for parahydrogen 13.83 Kelvin. Boiling point of orthohydrogen 20.39 Kelvin, but for parahydrogen 20.26 Kelvin. Then magnetic moment. When a species is spinning, it produces a magnetic field. Magnetic field will be the produced magnetic field or the magnetic property can be calculated in terms of magnetic moment, right? So even if an electron spins, magnetic field will be produced, magnetic moment will be calculated. The same way, we are going to analyze magnetic moment produced in orthohydrogen molecule as well as parahydrogen molecule. Consider single hydrogen. When we observe single hydrogen, the nucleus of a hydrogen atom will spin in a particular direction, either in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. Due to the spinning, it produces magnetic field. There will be a magnetic property. So we can calculate magnetic moment. So in the next lessons, we will discuss how to calculate magnetic moment. So for single hydrogen atom, there will be a magnetic moment. So this is due to a proton present within the nucleus. So when a charged species is spinning, it produces a magnetic field. A magnetic moment will be there. Nucleus spins means what? Proton present in the nucleus is responsible for the magnetic moment. So consider single hydrogen atom. The single hydrogen atom has one proton within the nucleus. Due to the spinning of the nucleus, that means due to that proton, magnetic field will be produced. There is a magnetic moment value for single hydrogen atom. Now consider molecule. This is called a orthohydrogen molecule. Nucleus of both the hydrogen atoms of this molecule is spinning in the same direction. What about magnetic moment? Definitely magnetic moment will be twice that of single hydrogen. So that what is given here? Orthohydrogen has magnetic moment twice that of a proton. For single hydrogen atom, what is a magnetic moment? When you twice it, when you multiply by 2, you will get the magnetic moment of orthohydrogen molecule. Because both the nucleus of hydrogen atoms and orthohydrogen will spin in the same direction. So magnetic moment of single hydrogen will be multiplied by 2. So twice the value will be obtained. What about magnetic moment in parahydrogen? Nucleus of first hydrogen is spinning in clockwise direction. Nucleus of second hydrogen is spinning in anti-clockwise direction. So mutually they will cancel each other. For example, plus of and minus of. When you add plus of and minus of, you will get the 0. Same way, magnetic moment of parahydrogen will be 0. Right? So with this, today's session over. So today we have started a new lesson, hydrogen. So hydrogen is the simplest atom with atomic number 1. As we know, atomic number is nothing but number of protons or number of electrons. So number of proton and electron will be 1 in case of hydrogen. Hydrogen does not contain any neutron. Since electron of hydrogen is closer to the nucleus, we need more amount of energy to remove the electron. And the hydrogen is present in most of the compounds which are used in our day-to-day life, like water, carbohydrate as well as proteins. Then electronic configuration of hydrogen is 1s1, which is highly reactive because when it gains an electron or when it achieves the electronic configuration 1s2, it becomes like helium. So to attain the stability like helium, it involves in a chemical reaction. So this is a highly reactive in nature. Hydrogen will always exist as a H2 molecule. Single hydrogen is unstable. So when two hydrogen atoms are joining together by a covalent bond, due to sharing of its valence electrons, it forms a covalent bond. So it exists always as hydrogen diatomic molecule. Then abundance of hydrogen is very, very small. Next, hydrogen electronic configuration is similar with the outer electronic configuration of alkali metals: lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium. outermost configuration S1. One electron will be present in the s orbital. So the same is for hydrogen also. So general valence shell electronic configuration of hydrogen and alkali metals ns1, so that property of hydrogen will be similar with the properties of alkali metal. So hydrogen can be placed in group number 1. Hydrogen forms cation like alkali metals. Hydrogen forms different types of compounds like halides, oxides, peroxides, sulfides like alkali metals. Hydrogen behaves as reducing agent like alkali metal, so that hydrogen can be placed in group number 1. As well as hydrogen is similar with halogen also. It is similar with group 17 elements also. Ionization energy of hydrogen is more like halogens. Its ionization energy is 1314 kilojoule per mole. But for alkali metals, ionization energy is less. So halogens will generally form halide ion to achieve the electronic configuration of noble gases. In the same way, hydrogen accepts an electron, it forms hydride ion. So when it accepts an electron, it reaches the electronic configuration of helium 1s2. Gaining an electron by halogen is an exothermic process. Gaining an electron by hydrogen to form a hydride is an endothermic process. We have to give 36 kilocalorie per mole energy to place an electron in hydrogen. So even though hydrogen behaves like a halogen, electron accepting tendency, that means electron affinity is less for hydrogen comparing the halogens. That means what will be the correct position of hydrogen in the periodic table? When we analyze different compounds, hydrogen exists in the form of H plus with the plus 1 oxidation state. So hydrogen can be placed in group number 1, which is confirmed by the recently published modern periodic table by UPAC. Then isotopes are the atoms with the same atomic number but different mass number. Same element, atoms of same element with the same atomic number but different mass number. Hydrogen exists in 3 isotopic forms: ordinary hydrogen, protium; heavy hydrogen, deuterium; radioactive hydrogen, tritium. Abundance: protium will have more abundance, 99.985%. Deuterium has 0.015%. Tritium, 1 atom will be present out of 10 power 18 ordinary hydrogen atoms. Individual hydrogen is highly unstable, so always a hydrogen exists in the form of diatomic molecule. Then when we consider a hydrogen molecule, nucleus of 2 hydrogen atoms can spin in same direction, which is called the orthohydrogen. Nucleus of 2 hydrogen atoms can spin in opposite direction, we call it as parahydrogen. At room temperature, orthohydrogen will be 75%, parahydrogen will be 25%. Orthohydrogen is more stable and equilibrium exists between these two, so interconversion is possible, but the process is a slow process. Orthohydrogen can be converted into parahydrogen by reducing the temperature. Parahydrogen can be converted into orthohydrogen by using a catalyst like a platinum or iron, or passing the electric current, or heating above 800 degrees Celsius, or mixing some paramagnetic substances like oxygen, nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, nascent hydrogen, atomic hydrogen. Nascent or atomic hydrogen, both are similar. Then when we observe the properties of ortho and parahydrogen, chemical properties similar, but there is a slight difference in physical properties like melting point and a boiling point. Magnetic moment of parahydrogen is 0 because nucleus of hydrogen atoms are spinning in opposite direction. But orthohydrogen, magnetic moment value will be twice that of single hydrogen, that means twice that of proton. So with this, we complete today's session. Tomorrow we will go for preparation, properties and uses of hydrogen, deuterium and tritium. And today you don't have homework. So according to homework schedule, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, 4 days we have homework. And from today onwards, you have to submit your homework before 9 a.m. So today Monday, tomorrow before 9 a.m. Tuesday, before 9 a.m. you have to submit your homework to make attendance, right? And tomorrow we have a weekly test. I have already sent what is the portion. So periodic classification, full lesson portion, complete. 2 marks already I have given. So I try to give 3 mark as well as 5 mark as early as possible. So study the full lesson for weekly test on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. So after completing the weekly test, send the weekly test papers in PDF format to my WhatsApp number. Okay, thank you.